Hey everyone, Yanni Vortex here. Good morning. It's a beautiful, clear morning here. Got a crap ton of rain yesterday, but wanted to take a quick minute to talk about, the label of being an American drone and kind of what that means to me and what I'm looking for in a brand that desires to be and is positioning itself to be American made. And I know that's the big move right now. There's kind of a race for several drone manufacturers to produce a drone that will be made in America. And I think the industry is yearning for that, and I know I am. Many of you know I'm a veteran. I served in the Gulf War, Airborne Army, pretty gung-ho, red, white, and blue, and the blood is about as best as you can get. And, I remember when I first got into this, let me tell you a quick story, but when I first got into the drone industry, I scoured all the different available drones and ended up with one drone in particular. I don't need to name who it is, but we basically went down the rabbit hole of thinking to ourselves that, farmers and ranchers in the state of Texas wouldn't want, imported Chinese drones operating on their ranches. I kind of did think that was largely important, and I thought it would hurt our business if we operated Chinese drones. So I went down, put a big $40,000 deposit down on two drones that were in production and would be delivered, say, 6 months later. This was back in 2022, I think it was, 2023, late 22, I can't recall exactly, but at any rate, the drones had not been released yet. They were scheduled to be released in like October, November of that year. So we put our deposit down and then really kind of kept doing more due diligence, kept learning more about the drones that were available. And at that time, the T40 had just came out from DJI. And, I was really forced to look at this, what was being called an American drone at the time, and DJI. And it was an 8-gallon tank versus a 10.5-gallon tank. It was price, DJI's was about half the price of what the DJI T40 was going to be offered at. So, I really looked at it and I'm like, damn, this is like a 30% production efficiency that I'm leaving on the table. And, every time this drone goes out, it's going to carry 8 gallons instead of 10. And I started looking at that and saying to myself, well, that's money out of my pocket. So how much does it really matter to me? And so then I started digging in a little further about what American made is, and is this company really American made? And came to the realization that it really wasn't. It was imported parts from China that, were assembled here in the US. So software was designed here, which was important, but, so here we are, fast forward. Sorry for the long kind of story there, but fast forward a couple years, and 2.5 years now, 3 years, going on 3 years, and we've, really kind of realized, yes, it's important to the ranchers and farmers, but I don't know that it's going to move the needle all that much. The bottom line is they want their field sprayed, and they want it done when you say they're going to do it, when you say you're going to do it. So I wouldn't say, to me, it's more important to me as the operator to be operating a drone that's made in the US and being supplied with parts and having warranty coverage and things like that. It's more important to me to have that than I would say it is for the producer. I really think that's true. I'd love to hear from you guys and place in the comments what you think and your experience. I'm not saying they don't care, and I think everybody would appreciate, from the operator all the way down to the producer or farmer, that we had a product that was made in the US. But ultimately, that hasn't been a deal breaker for the people I've worked for. Let me know what you think on that. So let me get into the meat of this video and why I'm posting it. It's one of the main reasons that I'm really excited about the Ceres Air drone is, their transparency on where they're at with being US made now and where they intend on going being USA made. over the coming several years. So it's a large task, and this industry is moving very fast. The technology's advancing. Every 6 months you're faced with some new upgrade that causes drone companies to come out with a new model that, it's like you're rotating your models fairly frequently. Well, with Ceres Air, I think they've been very, very transparent. As you know, I posted a video. I went to the launch up in Vermont, put hands on this drone, watched it fly. I'll have one of the super user demo units here in the next couple of weeks, and I'll be doing demos down here in Texas. So reach out to us. We'll happily set something up for you, and we are going to be offering these drones in our lineup, but I'm going to be testing them, and I'm going to be providing that feedback to Cirrus Air to make these as best they can be when these drones start shipping in the first quarter of 2026 to the end users. But what really impressed me there was Josh Robinson's transparency and the firmness in which he addressed this issue was very important to me. And that was, hey guys, we're not 100% American made today. We're not going to claim that. We took 30% of the most critical components and have designed those in the US today. And we are telling people we are 30% made in the US today. We have to import the other parts as we ramp up production of those parts in the US. So they are imported, 70% of the parts are imported, but the most critical 30% of those components that really are the driver of the American security of having drones made in the US, power distribution boards, ESC boards, the server, all of the kind of critical components are made in the US today, and they're striving to be, the goal is to be 50% made in the US by the end of next year, 2026. And then, I'm sorry, maybe that was 2027. Don't hold me to that, but it's in the next year and a half or so. I believe it was by the end of 27. They're going to be 50% made in the US, and then by 28, 100% made in the US. So that's a very realistic timeline. And I spoke briefly on that in my last video, but I wanted to elaborate on that and also elaborate on how important that is to me. And I've been reaching out to other folks talking about this drone, key players in the industry, and talking about this, and I think all of them agree it's the totality of the package. Is Cirrus Air the next best thing? I don't know. I'm gonna get my hands on this thing, and I'm gonna tell you. But I do think that based on what I see right now, they've got the right mindset and the right market position to do really big things and be the key player on that American-made side of things. So that's pretty much it. I'm sorry for the long video, but hope you enjoyed it. Any questions or comments you have, please post. Subscribe to our channel, and we will definitely be posting a lot of content on the Cirrus Air drone moving forward. So thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.